Let's see what's on.
Okay, enough of that. Let's just get this over with. Okay, so this video is about Ruben Sim. Yeah, I know. Okay, sorry. I've been planning this for a number of weeks now because of a series of unfortunate events that has transpired, and yeah, we're just gonna get like throw this as quickly as possible so you could just go on with your day. I don't even want to like ask people to like, hey, please like and subscribe. You know, I don't expect you to subscribe. You can if you want, but like before I get into this, of course, it wouldn't be a Gone Fishing video without the channel members, so shout out to them. Len47, Expo, Reigns Future, Double Tap, Jeff, Rusty, Dusty, Clownkeeper, Banjo, Fox, Geo, Stad, Bucketman, Lunacy, Flare, Nectarine, Ryan, Odyssey, Asterake, Science Group, I Like Big Buff Men, Dido, Astral, I, Lorac, Crossy, Muffins Extra, Zornikins, Asher Crown, Puppy Guppy, Race 207, Hot Soup, Gigglebug, Enlight, Al420, Zombie Teeth, Noise, Voluption, Blackout the World, Roboxis, Jonah, No Worries Here, Leshy, 6543DA, Destruct, Nat Plays, Landcoda, Exergent, Toxic, I Really Dislike Ivana, The Fat Purple Pickle, Pre-Canned, and Theo Nix. If you would like to be a channel member, it's $2 a month, but I understand if you don't want to, I have to say this, honestly.
Okay, let's fucking do this. Let's get this. Ben Simon, aka Ruben Sim, 26-year-old Roblox content creator who, love him or hate him, is pretty contentious and popular. Now, I'm gonna be real with you here for a second and say that I am like a decent fan of his. At least I was when I was getting into YouTube. While I enjoyed his videos, there's definitely a side of Mr. Ben Simon here that he does not put into his content, and that could be for a number of reasons, because he knows that it's gonna get him flack, because he knows that it will drive off, you know, more viewers, whatever the reason may be. He doesn't put it in his videos. This video strives to not only do that so that people are aware of what he thinks and does as a person, but also to defend myself and my girlfriend. It's gonna be a big hoopla. A lot of stuff to go through. I'm gonna be as charitable as I can when it comes to the stuff that Ruben has said, and really just come at this from the perspective of maybe he doesn't really know. Maybe let's just give him the benefit of the doubt. You know, maybe he doesn't know any better. Maybe he needs someone to, you know, tell him or point out that things like this are wrong. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. All in all, if you've watched a recent video that I did a number of weeks ago where I talked about the current situation with Ruben and TSC, it was following that video that, you know, Ruben in private would say things like, oh, you know, it's a pretty decent video, taking offense at the fact that I called him right-leaning, which, oh, sorry, King. What would you rather say I refer to you by? You know, I mean, that was a pretty charitable thing of me, so I'm not gonna walk that back. I think that's just really silly that you would get like offended at that. But he would then go on to message me on Twitter with one of the most peculiar messages I have ever received. Not trying to be disrespectful or anything, but I think your GF might be a little too invested in the furry drama. Apparently, this has been going on since last year, and he attaches a he attaches an image of just a screenshot of my girlfriend just saying the word Ruben 52 times in my server. And that just was really shocking to me, because like, you went in on an alt in my server to see if people were talking about you, and then you messaged me about it. I don't know what point he was trying to get across here, so I just left him on red. I mean, like, what am I gonna say to that? Like, oh, wow, that's so crazy. Wow, you know, I'll take care of this immediately. Like, no, who cares? I think maybe he was trying to go for some, like, hypocrisy, quote-unquote, thing of, like, oh, well, you say you don't want to do furry drama anymore, but your girlfriend talks about this. Yeah, we're different people. Then he does this, and this is gonna be the main thing that, well, this is the main thing that sparked this video in the first place. From his now, well, currently suspended Mods for Dummies account, in a thread of files that he was dumping to, you know, I guess attemptively try and get them taken down from Roblox, he says, users trading NSFW content, quote unquote. And the first fucking example, and the only one that is not only provided as a Roblox profile, but as a Twitter profile, is my girlfriend. What did he mean by this? What did he mean by this? What did you mean by this?
Okay, hi, so a little editor's note with this part here. I spoke to Ruben Sim earlier in the week, and I'm just gonna go over that right now because this section, it would be a lot. I assumed that it was him that made it, and that made the commentary here a lot different, so I'm just gonna go over it like this. So I just sent him a DM asking what did he mean, and he says, oh, I wouldn't know, like I didn't make the post or whatever, so I asked him who did, he sent me who made the post, then that person in my DMs, like, you know, okay, to be said this, that, or the other, and Ruben was helpful and attached a image of what the report for, you know, Tyler's profile ended up looking like, and I want to zoom in on this because I think it's kind of important and indicative of a larger problem, so please humor me here. So what you'll see here is you have a user that comes in and just posts Tyler's profile stating no more context than just 18 plus artist. They're kind of going off of this preconceived notion that, like, anything NSFW is bad and it's, like, you know, the work of the devil or whatever, so regardless of context it needs to be taken down, right? And that's the thing that I absolutely disagree with, without a shadow of a doubt. People, I think, need to stop being really fucking immature when it comes to shit like this. Tyler is an adult who has a locked NSFW account. She only lets adults onto it, and people need to stop being so immature about it. She doesn't do it on Roblox. It's not advertised on Roblox. It's not attached to Roblox in any way, shape, or form. Clearly, the people that reported this just didn't do their research at all, evident by the fact that the people who also then published it didn't even do the research, as the person in my DMs who apologized for it said very clearly. The message that he sent me to, I guess, you know, apologize and also kind of explain away his behavior was full of some deceptive information here. He, first of all, fabricates something that is entirely fictional, claiming that, well, I think, you know, that profile, Tyler's profile, had, like, the bypassed word in there.
And if I'm remembering correctly, we went through the Twitter account, saw some suggested stuff, and then we looked at the Roblox account and saw the tags listed, like 18 plus, bypassed word of I believe.
Which is just completely wrong. You can even see in the screenshot, that's just not a thing that exists there. But then he goes on and he says, oh, well, then we went to her profile and we saw suggestive art and we were like, well, you know, seems good. And then we just added it to the thing. And, I'm just saying, Ruben, I know you were not directly responsible for this, but, like, this is your account, and not only is it your account, but it's your community. I get that you apologize and everything here, but, like, you guys gotta be a little bit more responsible when it comes to, like, the information that you report on, because this was just so blatantly wrong, and it crumbles the second that anybody goes, wait, what do you mean by that? Maybe take a little bit more time before you go and spread harmful misinformation about somebody to your audience in an attempt to get their account terminated from Roblox for no good reason.
So, yeah. That was fucking ridiculous of him. Let's be charitable here. Maybe he just didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. Which brings me to the next part of this, a segment titled, Maybe He Just Doesn't Know What the Fuck He's Talking About. Now, I know when people criticize him, he likes to, you know, get into a lot of, like, hypotheticals of, like, oh, wow, I said this one thing, like, a million years ago, and now you're gonna bring it up. I think people can grow, and I think people can change it, especially over a wide period of time, like, you know, years. I think there's definitely room for improvement. So, just for the sake of Ruben's feelings, I will only be focusing on things that not only are recent, but things that I captured myself that also, you know, encouraged me to make this video because I just don't know if, like, you don't know, like, what you're talking about, or, like, you're spreading misinformation intentionally. Let's go with a recent tweet that he made, a tweet that is now deleted along with his other ones from that era of a week and a half ago, where he praises Florida Senate Bill 1438, giving a flowering praise of it, saying that it's the first bill to protect children from furries, which is a kind of lie by omission. And what I mean by that is, like, yeah, I guess it is, but it's not like it was a bill targeting furries. It was a bill targeting the rights of LGBTQ business owners.
A bill that grants state agencies the power to target LGBTQ-friendly businesses by giving the Department of Business and Professional Regulation discretionary authority to fine, revoke liquor licenses, and even shut down establishments.
The Protection of Children Act would allow state officials to revoke licenses of offending businesses. As News 6's Brian Didlick explains, the bill is already impacting LGBTQ plus communities.
And now we are seeing the effects of the passage of Senate Bill 1438. Down at Port St. Lucie, the Pride Alliance of the Treasure Coast canceled their gay pride parade.
That's what that law is. That's not even like a subtle thing. You can just, you could do the littlest amount of research. You could have just looked up the law and you would have found that. But in case you don't know, now you know. So maybe don't give flowering praise of that as an adult to your audience of teenagers who are more likely gonna just kind of take that at face value and not be super, like, critical about it because their favorite YouTuber Ruben Sim said it. So, you know, maybe do a little bit more research on things before you post about them. Doesn't end there though. How about this tweet here? Another deleted banger. I wonder why he deleted this one.
So it looks like Ruben Sim deleted his tweet about Matt Walsh. As you can see though, I do have it in my history here, so you can prove that it's real. You can see he says, "Who is Matt Walsh and why do Redditors think I'm a fan of him?"
Who is Matt Walsh and why do Redditors think that I'm a fan of him? Now let's take this as not what it actually is, which is a flippant question meant to deflect criticism, and let's take it as a genuine, serious inquiry. Let's take it as a serious, we're being charitable as right now, okay? Because it's very obvious this was not meant to be like a serious question. It was just supposed to, like, deflect criticism. But let's take this in the way that nobody would. Let's take it as an honest question of him asking, why do people think he's a fan of Matt Walsh? Benny, my boy, let me tell you right now, it's because everything that you say, do online, on Twitter, the people you interact with, the circle you're in, the people you follow, the tweets you like, the things you post is all aligned with the same worldview as someone like Matt Walsh. It doesn't even go back to you liked a Matt Walsh tweet once, because I'm not even gonna be like that, you know, philosophical with it. I don't think you need to get down to the bare bones to see that, you know, you and someone like Matt Walsh are not entirely dissimilar.
Not to harp on it or anything, but speaking of people who've never been told no, you know, furry, that's another example of what happens when you've got someone their whole life, like, no one has ever sat them down and said, no, stop this is insane, what the hell is wrong with you? No one's ever said that, and so now these are adults running around in furry costumes doing God knows what.
Yeah, I wonder why people would think that you're a Matt Walsh fan. I can't put my finger on it.
Pretty much swap out all of Ruben's rhetoric. Anytime that he says furry, just swap it out for trans person, and you can see exactly what I mean.
This is a thought experiment. Do not fake messages like this. This was done to prove a point.
You know, your rhetoric of trying to portray all furries as, you know, predators is pretty similar to the things that, you know, people say on the Daily Wire about LGBTQ people, this, that, and the other. Very, very old talking points that go back fucking decades, if not centuries, of trying to malign all gay people as pedophiles and this, that, or the other. It's a tale as old as time, and your spin on it doesn't really revivify it or anything. That's not even, I don't even know if that's a word.
Okay, sorry. So my battery in my camcorder just like completely fucking died, and I don't want to like come back like 3 hours later and do this again. Like I'm, you know, energized. I want to talk about this now, so I'm just gonna talk about this now in this form. This is how I'm gonna close the video in PNG tuber format. I don't know why you play this kind of like, oh, who knows? Why do people say this about me? Why do people, you know, say that why do people think I'm a fan of this person when it's like, I don't know, not a very big hurdle to jump to go, huh, well, you say these kind of things and you've liked content from this person in the past. Maybe you're a fan of them. I don't know, it doesn't sound too far-fetched to me. But again, let's be charitable here and assume maybe he just didn't know. Maybe he genuinely didn't know. Maybe he's gonna have like an aha moment after this and be like, oh my god, I had no idea that what I was saying is, you know, is like adjacent to the kind of rhetoric that Matt Walsh and people in the Daily Wire spew. I had no idea. Goodness me, forgive me. I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's conscious of this, but maybe he's not, right? You know, who knows? And, you know, just like other accounts that you interact with. Oh, I didn't mean to rotate it, my bad. You're following people like Tucker Carlson, dude.
Iraq is a crappy place filled with a bunch of, you know, semi-literate primitive monkeys.
You're literally following Ron Paul. Who follows Ron Paul?
Order was only restored in LA when it came time for the blacks to pick up their welfare checks.
Martin Luther King Day, hate Whitey Day.
And then you turn around and go, why do people say this about this? My brother in Christ. It's like, it's obvious. And then the fact that you would get like offended when I say that you're right-leaning is hilarious. But I digress. You know, so Ruben, if, you know, again, if you really just didn't know, you had no idea, you know, about the misinformation or things that you were saying, now you do. Now you know. Now you know. Holy shit, man. This is sad. This is just sad shit. I don't know what that Roblox lawsuit did to you, but like, yeah. I'll just leave it at that. Super fucking sad. Super fucking sad to see from you, man. On the other hand, though, he does follow Death Grip, so I kind of take back, like, everything that I said.
Hi, honey, I'm home. Always got the dick in my mouth.